Hello there, ladies and gentlemen, and welcome to Grigsby's War in the East as we continue with the Austria. So, I just noticed that we do have some excess forces over here. I didn't actually notice them before now. So we have some Dutch SS regiments. That's pretty cool. I will have to make use of them at some point in the future. Anyway, moving on. Moving on. So we have regained some ability to fight, which is decent enough, as especially around here in Moscow, as we need to be able to make the Soviets pay. And I really do want this town. I do notice that there's legitimately jack shit in that town. And I would very much like that town. The main reason being, good position to fight for, and their supply there, that, and it just completely cuts Moscow off. I mean, the city's already cut off now anyway, because we already, like, kind of own the two districts of, well, 2 or 3 districts of the city, or at least 2 of the 3 different areas of the city. The main area of the city, most importantly, are northern Moscow. However, western Moscow remains out of our grasp for now. Okay. I'm going to try and beat these guys out of the way. I could use the 10th Motorized and the 78th together, perhaps, and they may be able to fight. Lovely. Okay. The Großdeutschland Motorized Regiment, which will eventually become a division. I'm looking forward to that, a mechanized division. Cannot wait. Their table equipment is lacking, but then again, they are rather low in numbers to begin with. Yeah. Right. So, May 1942, they will become a full division. Awesome. Just look at all the beautiful things they gain. And I completely forgot to look up the volunteers and see what they actually do. The new support. Yeah, these Huey's 12. Let's just quickly Google that. Why not? Might as well. Well, we have time. War in the East? Actually, no. I'm already on the forum. I might as well search on the forum. Where the hell's the search? As you can see, I'm a very well-prepared person. Right, doing some Googling. Okay, moving on. Right, so we can advance, which is quite nice. We can actually buy ourselves some movement. I think I'll move the full Panzer Division. Or do I have anything in reserve? I don't really have much in reserve over here, though we do have very little stopping us. I could move the Panzer units out into the town, but then again, these 2 Panzer units are rather lacking defensively, though they do have some good defensive ability. Decent amounts of fuel, but infantry would probably be a hell of a lot better. Okay. We could probably shift these units out of the way. Definitely over here we could shift them. I could do with doing some reconnaissance actually, so we can actually identify what's going on. Yeah, there we go. So they're trying to repair the rails over here, which is understandable. No. I'm not entirely sure which is the main principal city for the Soviet Union right now. Probably something near the Urals. Maybe Kazan, perhaps. Kazan's quite a nice city. It's not too far away. Though far enough away that it's not really going to be under threat for a very long time. Righto. I mean, we are going to have to try and break them down in the city here. Though that will be a hell of a lot easier to achieve in the following turns. Let's see. Right. I don't know, do I want to advance that far? I mean, I'd kind of like to have a link up over here so we can actually shield Moscow. Which I could actually do fairly easily, and then at least we can actually buy ourselves some room. Good. That's a town taken too. This is what I love about this area, and also hate at the same time. The fact that we have all these towns here. Though they're great to take, they're very difficult if they're held by the enemy. Right. Let's see. What do we have in the town here? We have a decent amount of supply in the town. clear, town clear. I will move the armored to here then. That might have been a really bad move. Move some extra forces here then. And cavalry here. Right, let's go Deutschland. Just to fill the gap. Righty. Basically, I'm moving the 2nd Panzer towards the city so they can actually take shelter within it. There we go. I could do with dislodging this force over here and buy myself some room, though that would be fairly difficult. Right. Okay, let's see. Now the issue is we were pushed back over here and I would like to push them back. As it is making the supply situation complicated. But if I can bag these units, that would be fantastic. Okay, move here. Right, make them ready. So 2 armored divisions. Probably enough to break through. Well, actually... Alright, let's throw everything in. There we go. You could move up there as well, so at least that's some extra defense. See, it's interesting that gaps are developing already, but I mean, for the fact that we've been able to cut these forces off here, if that holds, then that is severely debilitating for the Soviet front over here. Right. Move these men forward. Okay, so we can form the division here. There we go. Right, build up our defenses. Ah, 2nd Corps. We'll have you reassign for the moment, then just make things more expedient. Okay, so we can keep these guys surrounded, then we'll be able to wipe out a tank division, a cavalry corps, guards rifle division, and another cavalry corps. There's a cavalry corps in here and a rifle. Wiping them out is very important. Right. What I'm going to do here is to consolidate. Well, I'm going to consolidate. That's what I'm going to do here. I'm going to consolidate. The time will come when we can push through. But for now, I'm just going to consolidate. God knows why you're not attached. Okay. So what do we have here then? We have the 290th, and we have the other element of the 290th. The 121st is over here. Right, so what we'll do then is we'll move this back. We'll have the 121st reform over here. So we'll build that back up. Right, there you go. Okay. And so it's now more solid, which is good to see. Right, okay, we have these forces here of the 2nd Panzer group. I think I'm going to pull them back. Yeah, I'm definitely going to pull them back. I can have them refit as well. So we'll have them pull back to the rail line here. Have them refit and have them just basically link up with the 2nd Panzer army. Over down here. By Kubinka. Oh, so this does weaken our defenses over here, but there's not too much challenge on us at the moment. And I do have this infantry division to fill in that gap. Superb. The issue with having... I see. Right, we'll have your headquarters changed for the moment, so you'll merge with the 2nd Panzer Army. There we go. Right then, so we need to fix the situation over here. Now, thankfully, I do have a number of divisions here that will make this entirely possible. So glad that I had these men. Okay. I mean, this is a major force deployment. As we have a 131st, and there's the 131st, so we'll move out the element of the 252nd, which is over there, so we'll put them together. Right, we'll fall back to Kaluga. Okay, now this is a difficult situation. I'd rather them not take the city of Bryansk. Right, spread them out. Right, spreading out our forces here just to make it harder for them to take me on. You know, it's a weird deployment here, but I do need to extend it out. I also do need to bar entry to Bryansk. Ideally, I will be able to cut these forces off in the future, which I feel very confident in being able to do. It's just been able to hold for the moment in time. These forces here of the 2nd Army, 13th Corps, they will focus on holding the line here. Okay, now we'll split you up. I mean, these are strong forces here. Actually, I really don't want them there. And it does give them that defensive ability. Obviously due to the headquarters being there, all that support, but still, it's not really worthwhile. Okay, what we should probably do then is launch our own counter-offensive. Probably, yeah, around Moscow, really. If we launch a counter-offensive around there. The beautiful thing is the 2nd Panzer would be able to easily sweep by here in time and pocket those forces as well. So if we can pull that off, that'd be incredible. So let's see, we do have the 2 divisions here. Let's use them in combination to punch through. I love the fact that we can once again pull off limited counter-offensives. I say that far too soon. Yeah. Right, we'll take the town. Okay, so we bought ourselves a little bit of room there. We're taking that town as well, which is some nice shelter, and also a defensive point. What do we actually have in here? Just 19 supply. Things are going fairly well. I mean, we've been able to take Moscow, at least the vast majority of Moscow, which is superb. Things are becoming somewhat difficult along the line, as we are having to fill in gaps. Okay, we'll hold here. Again, I'm reluctant to commit all of my reserves. We've committed some of the reserves where we desperately needed them. But otherwise, we're okay. And I don't want to just have my forces overextend. The thing is, I can afford to pull back. I'm pulling back towards my supply centers. While the Soviets are most definitely not. Okay, things are getting a little bit confused down here. Oh, I say a little bit. Really confused. Not a good idea having the airbase there. Right, have them assigned. Was it a really good idea to have Army Group North there? Not really. Neither is a really good idea to have that so close. Right, Army Group Center. So you have Fyodor von Bock. Oh no, we have General Field Marshal Albert Kesselring. So Fyodor von Bock. Righty. I think he will have been shifted down to the south. Oh no, we have General Field Marshal von Rundstedt. That's correct. And let's take a look at our order of battle then. So Franz Halder. Right. Yeah. Wilhelm von Lieb retains control of Army Group North. We have Albert Kesselring as Army Group Center Command now. General Field Marshal Gerd von Rundstedt as Army Group South Commander. It's a shame. And I'd like to have seen them retain their commands, considering that they have done what was asked of them. Okay. Now this is a dangerous little conundrum, but one that can easily be rectified. Wow. That's disheartening. Now go take the city back. Right, now this is the issue that these forces aren't really ready. Okay. We may have to commit 1st Panzer, but we'll see. We'll see. I'd rather not. Yeah, a very, 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 very complicated situation down here in the south. But frankly, it's one that's not that bad. It's not that bad. Most importantly, need to keep these rails moving. Ah, shame. And there's enough men here to hold the city of Kharkov quite easily. The important thing here is the fact that supply is now running. I'm trying to run this line here. It's going to take a long time. Though I think soon I will be able to send another rail unit just to help bridge the gap between the centre, well, the north and the south in terms of logistical supplies. Because it does need to be done. It does need to be done. Okay, now another crisis down here in Crimea. Do need to link up these forces here. Oh boy. That's stronger than I thought. I like the fact that I can split them up like that. That's really handy. Right, it's really good to have them. Really allows me to cover a few more cities. Might as well cover that city. It is on the line. Then again, I don't think it really is an issue because it's in Moldavia. We can always shift it in the future. I'll probably shift it down here. I'm done for the moment, anyhow. Right. I do have another Romanian division in the capital. I'd like to have them shifted, but I don't have the rail capacity. I sure as hell won't have the rail capacity for those units. Or those units, so we're going to keep them in reserve for the time being. Continue to manage our crises. Which we're doing fairly well. If we can hold this, then, yeah. Those forces that are good as dead. That'll allow us to, hopefully go about eliminating the Moscow pocket. The Moscow, goddammit. And we'll have this city firmly under our grasp, and then we can really just dig in. Having achieved the objectives of Leningrad and Moscow. We've got most of the major cities of the Soviet Union. There's not that many left. Wow, that's really far away. There we go, strengthen. I doubt I even need to have these men here. The good news is, as soon as we can get this rail line, we'll be able to connect them up, and then we'll have supply flowing from Finland as well. So that will be superb. Okay, they're gaining strength now. Not really too much to do. Not really too much to do. Jesus Christ, we're 31 minutes in already. I did not realise. Yeah, okay. Headquarters. Right, Army Group Centre is definitely not doing as well. Yeah, he's not bad though. It's just he's not very good at managing mechanised. Okay. I think we'll end the turn here, and we'll see how we get on. It's probably going to be quite brutal. I mean, if we take a look here, losses are escalating, though a lot of these losses are ones I will eventually regain. But the same is true for the Soviets. We do have a superb position right now. I mean, they are approaching 5 million losses. There are 4.6 million losses at the moment. What can I expect in terms of reinforcements? So we've going to gain them in the following turn, so next week we'll gain those. And then after that, a lot of construction battalions. The Stug Battalion will be really handy. That's 21 Stugs there. Infantry, yeah, sweet. Though these forces will be withdrawn. And air units, some more transports, some bombers. Then after that, some more transports. Could do with more fighters, really. Okay. Stalingrad, really not much different, just continue to hold the city. Yes, of course they are cut off, but not much can be done. Their morale is really quite high. I really want them out, though these guys are definitely suffering. Airhead supplies, 0. They just need to hold on, and then we'll try to rescue them at some point. Okay, another turn of blood to come. Let's go. We will have to push them beyond the Donets River at some point to re-establish our control down here in the south. I mean, we do obviously have the control. It's the fact that there's a large amount of them coming at me. And that is difficult to deal with. But we made gains in Moscow. You can definitely see where the main Soviet thrusts are. I mean, they have a real large one at Tula by the loads. Ultimately, it's nothing I can't handle, and I can just absorb it. I'd rather keep hold of Tula, which is why I'm... It's not really a smart move. It's really not the smartest of moves. I should really pull back from Tula, but I'm reluctant to allow them access to a main city because I know it's going to be harder to retake. Right, they need to hold the line. That's fair enough. It is a shame. But things have changed now, so we will be able to re-establish that, hopefully. Either way, they're going to find their supply extremely restricted. I should be able to just take this city here in the following turn, and then we'll have all these forces ready to just spread out across the front. I mean, we have an incredible amount of strength for raid here in the centre. Absolutely incredible. Generally not a good idea to attack with less men. Generally not a good idea. That's fine. I can handle it. God damn. Those Finnish forces really make an account of themselves. Ah, our own forces not doing too bad either. Yeah, they're fairly under strength, considering about only 17,000. So, like, 16,000 being the strength of one division, or full division. They're not looking very healthy. Good. Yeah, we are definitely seeing some pressure on this front here. The 16th Army is absorbing a lot of blows. The good thing is that they did have the morale to absorb it. Okay. So we can identify where there's locations of Soviet strength, namely this area here. Something of a wild counterattack here. Just front wide. Yeah, there's a lot of strength here. I do need to encircle that, which is doable. Yeah, it's never gonna work, mate. Okay. They're definitely trying to exploit their gains here, but I'm hoping to be able to crush them. Okay, I mean, if the situation demands it, I may very well pull back from Tula. I'd rather not, though, considering it's one of those things, once we keep this ground up, it's going to be a hell of a lot harder to win it back. Then again, it might have to be done this turn. We might have to evacuate Tula. I'm considering it. Okay, there's a tenuous supply line. Hmm. There's been a lot of attacks. Not good. Though not surprising. Notice I haven't learned a lesson from the Stalingrad issue. Normally, these would have been Axis allies. They are in fact German forces, which are far superior. So we're going to hold the flank with German forces rather than allies which can be broken. I do like when they re-establish my front line. Right. Yeah, I think I'm going to pull back at Tula. I can't afford to lose men, and I can't afford to hold on to something for vanity. It is going to be bloody to retake Tula, but hopefully once we do regain our mobility, we'll be able to take it and pocket the forces that have occupied it, or at least liberated it. There's so many bloody armoured brigades down here. So many. We do need reinforcement in this area, so I may consider having the 1st Panzer. That's not good. And again, I could do with the 1st Panzer down here, potentially. So I might send one corps this way, the other corps the other way. Though I do have the German corps here, they can contain this. Bam, bada bam, bam, bada bam, bam. Though I'm happy that they are abandoning those defensive positions, it does mean that I'll be able to get into Crimea once whoever does turn around. Oh, good. There's a large amount of men down here. So it's 54th Army then conducting the attacks. Good job. Inflicted many casualties. Morale is rather poor, though. Okay. I won that city. Righto. Let's take a look at the situation. I'm really hoping that the weather is not blizzards, though. Seems it is still blizzard. Yeah, still quite bad. Now, luckily, I can re-establish my control over here. That's weird. How many men did we lose that turn, then? We lost... Right, I didn't really look at it, but we lost quite a few. I'll put it that way. Yeah. I mean, they were at 4.6, so they've lost a lot as well. But yeah, these men just completely gone. We are getting to the point where we'll be able to break through. I mean, their supply is coming from northwest Leningrad more than likely. I'll have to keep checking on that supply level, see what it is. Yeah, that's got to be it. No supply there. Okay. It does pain me to pull back from this position. But I do need to really reevaluate it, because it is becoming quite dangerous. And it's not worth it. How are we doing over here? Decent amount of fuel. Decent amount of fuel. I mean, once the weather does turn, then we might be able to get somewhere. Right, yeah, it's getting quite bad. All the way down there in Salzburg. Right, the 54th has been a pain. I noticed that they have pulled back. At least I think so. A lot of air power down here too, that's rather impressive. First off, I think we'll take Moscow. Might have enough power. Maybe I could dedicate 2 units to help them out. I mean, how much do we have there? Right. I'm lazy, so I'm going to use the calculator because I'm lazy. And the worst thing you can ever do is, like, try to do maths while recording something. It just does not work. It does not work. Right. I'll work this out. Post-haste. Hopefully we can pull it off. That'd be quite nice to take the city, and then I'd have all these men available. Oh, there's Blue Division. Not seen them for a while. Yeah, we should be able to do it. I think we should have roughly 46. Oh dear. Okay, let's give it a go. I really hope we can get the city. Don't you hold. I don't think they're going to hold, but don't you hold. Oh, thank God for that. Okay, so we actually do fully control Moscow now. That's lovely. That's such a relief. I mean, that is our ultimate objective achieved there. And granted, it did take us 8 days into 1942, but it's worthwhile. The ultimate objective has been achieved, and we should start gaining VP points from that. Yeah, there we go. 4 to 1. So we do have almost all of the VPs. We only lack 3 of them. The Rosneo could try to take in 42. Baku, that would be difficult. Sevastopol could try to take that as well. And then we'd have the VPs except 1. And if this had been like a sudden death victory, then we probably would have been nearly there towards winning the war. But no, this is the bitter end. And we do need to win the war. We actually fight the war. Can't just win it like that. Okay. That's an important objective achieved. And I do have all these men now available. And not to mention, it has made the logistics so much easier. Like, I can put my men into these, well, the headquarters into these cities. And just look at all that fuel. That is an insane amount of fuel. And that's all available for me to use. So we could really do a HQ build-up with 2nd Panzer in Moscow. And then 1942, well, spring 1942 and summer 1942, they're going to be our darling. I mean, we have been pushed back in certain areas. It's really here where we've been pushed back the most. But that was always going to happen. But the concentration of men over here in the centre has paid off. We have taken the city through sacrifice and pain. We've been able to achieve it. So now what I need to do then is make sure these men are cut off. And then we'll destroy them. And then we'll have the flexibility to spread our men out. And I really do need to try and pull something off here in the south. This is becoming quite a dangerous situation. But we can burst through here. Try to link up possibly a Tula? I don't know. Right. I need to put pressure on them. Right, let's keep moving. Nice amount of work there. Right, that's now linked up, so there's even more logistical support here. I mean, they are trying to break the rails. At least these guys are working on this, so eventually this will be linked up. Oh no, it's the security division. Okay. So we could potentially do it coming back here and having this linked up. That's true. Okay. I'd like to see more captured stock roll out. Right. Yeah, our vehicle pool is definitely lacking. Alright, let's take a look at these cities. Still a number of them to cover. Ah, so I don't need to cover you, okay. That's good to know. Yeah, how did I miss that city? Oh, I should have stayed, didn't it? I didn't think about that, god damn it. Well, there we go, that's another city held. Some partisans over here, which is rather annoying. That has cut that rail line, so that means we can't advance any further there. That's rather annoying. We are getting there, though. The vast majority of these cities are garrisoned, or at least partially garrisoned. Okay. But I think we'll call this session here today. It's been a shorter session. Most because I have a few things to do today. And, yeah, I'd like to give you all that little bit of a chance to catch up. So do let me know what you think. Should we pull back at Tula? I think we should probably pull back at Tula. It's hard for me to let go of something that I fought hard for. But it is the right... It is the right idea. I mean, it would allow us to re-establish control of the front line here. It's definitely the right thing to do. But I'll wait and see what you guys think. And over here, this needs to be dealt with. This very, very much needs to be dealt with. What I'd like to try to do then is perhaps have 2nd Panzer refit possibly in Moscow, hold the line with the infantry, have them refit or pull them back and refit them. Have them made ready and fueled up for future actions. And then we might be able to pull through here. The issue is the mud is not far off. I can't imagine it being far away. Though we are still deep in winter. It's just I don't know when the winter ends. It's rough like that. So yes, guys, thank you so very much for watching. I'll see you all very soon, and have a great day, or whatever you're doing, wherever you are. See you all very, very soon.